Has the price of green onions gone up where you are? Here, it has already shot up to 15 to 16 yuan per kilogram. It's shocking, even more expensive than meat. If you come across some that are still fresh and affordable, make sure to buy a little extra and store some for later. Today, I'm going to share a super simple way to store green onions. If done correctly, they can stay fresh for up to half a year without spoiling at all. It's very simple and can help save quite a bit of money. At this time of year, both green onions and cilantro are very expensive, even though they are ingredients that are almost essential in cooking. From making soup to stir-frying meat, just a little green onion can make a dish much more fragrant. But the problem is that green onions spoil very easily. If left outside for just one day in hot weather, they become soft and wilted, and even in cooler weather, they only last 1 or 2 extra days before starting to dry out. So, if you want to keep them fresh for longer, you'll need a few special storage tips. I have created subtitles in multiple languages. Please select your preferred language. Comment below and let me know which country you are watching from. It's amazing that we can connect from all around the world. Let's get started right away. Method 1. First, remove the yellow and damaged onion leaves because these parts cannot be stored for long and will rot or spoil easily. Clean them and set them aside to use later. Next, prepare a plastic bottle. If you have a lot of green onions, you can also use a large oil container from home, which is very suitable for growing green onions. However, make sure to wash it with dish soap and ensure there is no oil or grease left inside. Everything must be completely clean. Cut off the top part of the plastic bottle and compare it with the green onions so the onions can stand upright. Then add a little white sugar inside. You don't need much, just a small amount is enough. Follow along with us and place the green onions inside. Then add a little tap water, soaking only the roots in the water. Be careful to soak just the roots. Do not let the green leaves sit in the water, otherwise they can rot very easily. Stand the green onions upright like a bouquet of flowers. You can even keep them indoors as decoration. Then place the container somewhere with sunlight. Change the water every 3 to 4 days and the green onions will not spoil or rot. They stay very fresh and convenient to use. You can cut and use as much as you need. We keep the root base intact so the green onions can continuously regrow. This is the natural characteristic of green onion roots, allowing them to keep absorbing water to nourish the leaves. The green onion leaves will not turn yellow or rot. This method also works for cilantro, using the same process. Remember, the fresher the plant is, the better the roots will grow and the higher the success rate will be. Adding a little sugar to the water also helps the roots, and sugar can improve water quality and support stronger growth for the green onions. If you store green onions this way, simply changing the water regularly and providing proper nutrients will give you an endless supply of green onions. Next, we'll share Method 2. Here, we cut off the onion roots, leaving about 3 centimeters attached. Then, you can find a container to regrow these roots. You can use the hydroponic method like in Method 1 or plant them in soil, depending on your situation. Use these root sections for replanting, and after about 20 days, they will grow back very quickly, allowing you to harvest fresh green onions again. After that, wash the green onion leaves thoroughly, place them in a large bowl, and add a little baking soda along with water. Stir until the baking soda dissolves. Soak the green onions using a heavy object to keep them submerged, and let them soak for about 8 minutes. Nowadays, some vegetable sellers may spray green onions with Bordeaux mixture to make them look more attractive. Absorbing too much of this substance can cause poisoning symptoms such as diarrhea, vomiting, and more. So it's best to use this method to clean green onions after buying them. Wash each stalk thoroughly. Many people do not know what Bordeaux mixture is. Have you ever seen green onions with a bluish color on the surface? That is a sign that they may have been heavily sprayed with this solution, and it can often be seen with the naked eye. In this case, can they still be cleaned properly? That is the important question. Now rinse them once again under running water. Where are you from? It's such a joy that we're connecting from all over the world. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, hit the subscribe button. Thank you for your support. After that, place the green onions in a colander to drain. If you need them quickly, you can use paper towels to dry each stalk individually. Next, use plastic wrap to divide the green onions into small portions, enough to use within 1 or 2 days. Then wrap them tightly. Do not use too much force, as green onions are very delicate and their stalks are hollow, making them easy to bruise. Then place them in the refrigerator where they can be stored for at least 1 month. You can take them out and use them anytime, and they will still be very fresh. Since refrigerators maintain a low temperature, we commonly use them to preserve food. Low temperatures help extend the shelf life of food. In addition, the plastic wrap prevents the onions from coming into contact with air, stopping continued growth and nutrient loss, which helps prevent them from wilting quickly. It also prevents outside bacteria from entering and causing spoilage. That is why this method can help preserve green onions for up to a month without going bad. Finally, let's move on to method 3 right away. Wash the green onions thoroughly and let them drain completely. You can chop the onions finely or slice them, depending on your cooking habits. Then place them into an airtight container or a food storage bag. Make sure there is no oil or water inside the container. Everything must be completely dry before sealing it. If your refrigerator has enough space, using an airtight container is better because it prevents the green onions from being crushed by other foods. Then place them in the refrigerator to preserve their freshness. Many people don't know that green onions can be frozen without going bad. The principle is similar to storing them in bags or plastic wrap. You only need to remember one thing: the onions must be cleaned and completely dried before storage. After that, the only difference is that the onions should be chopped into smaller pieces. There is no fixed rule for the length. You can cut them long or short however you like, as long as you do not crush them. Because of the dry environment, the chopped onions will not stick together. When you need to use them, simply open the container and take out a small amount, which is very convenient. But remember, when using frozen green onions, there is no need to thaw them. Never thaw them, otherwise the onions will become soft and change color. Just take them directly from the freezer and use them right away. The flavor will stay the same. Have you remembered that? As you can see, both of these methods require the green onions to be thoroughly washed and completely dried before storage. If the onions still contain water, they can spoil easily in the refrigerator because of the moisture. If there are still water droplets left, the onions can also freeze into solid clumps and become difficult to use later. So please pay attention to this point. Method 4. Sort and wash the green onions, then let them drain completely. Cut them according to your intended use. It's such a joy that we're connecting from all over the world. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, hit the subscribe button. Thank you for your support. Place the green onions into a clean bowl and add 2 to 3 tablespoons of cooking oil. Mix well. Scoop the onion and oil mixture into an ice cube tray. Put it in the freezer until solid. After freezing, you can remove the onion cubes and store them in a zip bag to save space. Note: this method is suitable for stir-frying or frying since oil is already included. This method can preserve green onions for 3 to 4 months. Method 5. Wash and dry the green onions. Cut them into bite-sized pieces. Place the green onions into a glass jar, food storage container, or zip bag. Handle gently to avoid bruising. Remove all the air. If you have a vacuum sealer, that's even better. Here, for one bag, I use a straw. Seal the bag almost completely, leaving a small opening to insert the straw, then suck out all the air. Flatten the bag so the onions don't clump together. For another bag, I place it into a bowl of clean water to push out the air, then quickly seal it tightly. Put it in the freezer for longer storage. Many people worry that freezing will reduce flavor, but in reality, this method still preserves most of the freshness and aroma. Frozen green onions still retain moisture, color, and fragrance. Note: only take the amount you need and add it directly to the pot when cooking. Do not thaw beforehand, as it will make the onions soft and reduce their flavor. There are no other special requirements. So that's all the methods I wanted to share with you today. If you have any ideas or suggestions, feel free to leave a comment below. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, share, and follow. Click on my profile picture to watch more tips about cooking and everyday life. And don't forget to follow me. Thank you for your support, and see you again next time.